Hi guys, dan selamat kembali ke Studio Sembang bersama saya Amy. In the studio this week, we have the very beautiful Shila Amzah and also very talented, let me say. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Amy.
Terima kasih meluangkan masa.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
No, I'm so excited that you're here. I feel like when I was reading your story kan, I rasa macam ada banyak je persamaan yang hanya seorang yang pernah bekerja sewaktu budak lagi akan faham.
Of course.
Yeah, and also you perfectly match the set you're pink, the set is pink. I'm like, wow.
I just might as well just be the background.
No lah, it's okay. She's definitely not the background. She's the star. So we will start dengan soalan yang Amy selalu akan tanya.
Boleh, no problem.
Which is, how was your childhood?
My childhood was come to think about it, Partly, I love it because I get to sing a lot. But the thing that I don't actually love the most was I didn't really have much friends because of how timid I was as a child. But singing is sort of my getaway, some sort. So yeah, that's about it lah, about my childhood. But I'm the first. I'm the eldest out of 4 siblings. I have 2 younger brothers and 1 sister. My dad is a singer. My mom used to be an actress as well. And I grew up in Setapak most of my life. Grew up and raised there. And then I moved to Cheras after I finished school. Yeah, basically.
I'm sure you grew up in a super creative household. I mean, your dad's a singer, your mom is an actor. When did you first start singing for the first time?
I actually my very, very first experience was my mom. She was pregnant with my youngest brother at that time. It was 1995. And I was 5 years old. It was not yet my birthday at that time, but I was 5 years old. And my mom told my dad, because we didn't have a helper back then. So my mom was like telling my dad, hey, can you just bring Kakak to the studio because he has a session. Because I can't be, taking care of both of them. So because I already have my brother and then me, and we are chaotic, as you can imagine. So my dad actually brought me to the studio. But I as a child, you got bored so fast while he was recording. I asked my dad to stop his recording session. I was like, hey, what? Kenapa? Kenapa ni? And I was like crying, saya nak pergi masuk dalam. I want to be in the studio recording. And then my dad was like, kenapa nak masuk dalam? Okay lah, mari sini lah. Okay, he told his sound engineer. And then he was like, tunggu kejap lah, kita break kejap. So he brought me in. And I said, ni, the headphone. So he put the headphone on me. And then I asked my dad to get out.
She said, everybody stop. I'm singing now.
I actually asked my dad to get out.
Yeah.
And I cakap, keluar. Saya nak nyanyi. I told my dad. And then my dad was like, hey, this girl. So since they're having a break and the sound engineer was like there, my dad pun keluar. And then my dad was like, cakap dengan sound engineer tu, just lah play the music. Just record je lah, saja-saja.
Yeah.
So record. And I was singing all the lines, the verses, the chorus. And then my dad stopped me. Tunggu kejap. Ini lagu Abah. Ini bukan lagu you. Now this is my session. You get out. So apparently my dad actually saved my voice yang 5 years old tu. Until now you boleh nampak dekat YouTube ada link kat situ. And then that was my very first studio experience when I was 5. Basically, that was when my dad knew that I can sing, because he also he wrote his songs with his guitar at home. So I guess without me, be able to read yet at that time, but he always strums the guitar and play the song and write the song. So maybe benda tu dah masuk dalam my head, and I can actually sing his song masa tu lah. So my dad was like, oh, budak ni boleh nyanyi macam tu.
Wow.
I know.
That is so special. Yang sebenarnya recording tu masih ada sampai sekarang.
Sampai sekarang. But bila dengar suara, ya Allah, But yeah, so it's sort of like a benchmark for me now as a mother. Kalau anak I boleh nyanyi, this might be how it will sounds like. You know?
Faham?
Itulah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so special.
I know.
Okay, so lepas you guys dah jumpa macam mungkin bakat, it's like a family kan. I know you took part in a lot
Banyak.
of singing competitions.
Banyak.
Dari mana datangnya idea untuk bertanding? Adakah Shila memang seorang yang sangat kompetitif ke?
I just love being on the stage. But at that time, okay, kalau yang buat yang tak tahu kan, back then kita tak ada this reality show, semua tak ada. So sebenarnya masa tu, through the newspapers, you can actually find some karaoke competition dekat newspaper. So they have this, at that time kita guna VCD tau. VCD for the karaoke, you know. Oh my goodness. And then, so dekat all the shopping malls, they will have it. Macam contoh macam, ada this one company, dia punya sponsors ke. So they have this different competitions. But it was not all for kids. So, tapi sebab my parents knew that I love singing on stage, but I just don't have, the opportunity to be on stage. That's why I banyak masuk this competition.
Faham?
Regardless tu untuk kids ke, untuk adult ke, I memang masuk je. Sampailah I umur from 7 years old sampai 9 years old. But I got my very first award when I masuk this one pertandingan but for kids, bintang kecil on RTM. I got the first runners up. Masa tu, my very first time naik flight pergi Kuching Sarawak, wakil Semenanjung. So I still have the trophy until now.
Wow.
And 1999. So yeah.
How long you've been doing
this? I know.
Kan?
So that was my very first one. So
first of many, yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, tapi it's true. So I wanted to ask kan, because as a child macam kadang-kadang konsep-konsep ni terlalu besar untuk macam budak kecil terima. Did you realise macam okay, this is a competition, I nak menang? Adakah macam niat tu ke you macam memang masuk tanpa pressure just untuk rasa peluang untuk berdiri atas pentas?
I think I was craving for that magical moment on stage je. I didn't really think of what is the first prize. You don't even know, the value of money at that time, the prize macam mana ke. Maybe kalau you dapat sijil ke, macam ada small trophies, you'd happy dah. You know? So it was not really about winning it. Tapi I remember, this is what I remember vividly lah. If kalau ada pertandingan budak kecil kan, and some parents saw that I'm there, the parents will not be happy.
They're like, oh no, dia dah sampai dah Shila ni. Confirm anak I tak ada peluang dah.
They will not be happy.
Oh my God.
But, yeah.
Tapi nak buat macam mana?
Yeah, I pun suka cakap. I'm like, but I think lah, being a child of, of my dad. So maybe orang, nepo babies as they always called it. So macam orang mungkin rasa macam I ada the privilege to be on these stages. Padahal I pun pergi audition sama je macam orang lain,
It can be a bit macam tough, I think also, because mungkin apa yang I nampak kan daripada like an outside perspective kan, is that it must have been quite isolating for you, sebab mesti orang ramai sebenarnya tak puas hati dengan you atas benda-benda yang diorang reka dalam otak dia sendiri. Like for example, kalau orang nak panggil you a nepo baby, it's not like you didn't put in the work, you did, right? Okay,
yeah,
that's a singer, you pun a singer.
Betul.
But you worked for it.
Yeah. I mean, benda tu, I mean, at the end of the day, benda yang really inspired me to sing on stage, because growing up, me and my mom selalu ikut my dad pergi mana-mana all of this performance kan. So what I saw, what untuk kerja dia, when he sing and when he writes songs, and all these fans singing back the words to you and taking photos with them just make them extremely happy. Especially those days susah nak jumpa artis kan. So I was like, oh, kerja ni macam what my dad is doing is something noble lah, sebab macam you make people happy, you put a smile on someone's face, you made someone's day. So I thought, macam best je. So that's why I think that was one of the biggest reason why I'm still singing up until now, because the passion and those smiles on on other people's faces is something that I love to see. It's just some sort of energy that I need for me to keep on going and to keep on doing what I do.
That's a really good reason.
Yeah.
So okay. So another question about your childhood yang sangat unik. Walaupun sekejap, you belajar dekat sekolah jenis kebangsaan Cina.
Yeah.
Dude, that's unique. Does anyone else in your family cakap bahasa Mandarin ke? You memang belajar dekat situ ke? What?
My parents actually tried to send my other siblings to Chinese kindergarten and they hated it.
Oh my god, this is so same like me and my brother, right?
Yeah.
Like I hated it, so kesian my brother kena pergi lah as like the wakil.
It didn't work. Back then, being on SJKC is not it's a tough job.
Yeah.
Not just for the child, untuk parents juga, especially if you're not Mandarin speakers kan.
Yeah.
Benda tu memang susah. Even for Chinese who contohlah they grow up in a English speakers family and dia punya parents actually tak pergi sekolah Cina. Maybe they can't read. So it's tough. So as a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, I often just, do my homework, cry while doing my homework. I actually got so stressed out until I punya gigi patah. I'm serious.
That's crazy. It must have stressed for 7-year-old.
It was so tough.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Sebab you balik pun you nak minta tolong siapa nak buat
memang
homework
tak.
kan?
My schedule memang full with tuition and homework. At that time, I still remember it was crazy lah. As a 7-8-year-old, I still remember my beg sekolah je nama Swan tu, colour pink. Buku banyak gila and it's so heavy. And I still remember there was one time I naik I punya bus sekolah and of course kids been kids. I was like, ada budak ni just tolak me from the stairs. I tengah nak naik bus. And then sebab bag tu terlalu berat, so I couldn't actually get myself up. I look like a freaking turtle, macam kura-kura.
Ya, macam yang terpelanting macam tu.
Yeah, exactly. But
wow.
I remember crying to my parents like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Yeah.
Is that why you macam tak ada dekat sekolah jenis
I love the fact that I am probably the second Malay girl in the school. I love being the minority. Seriously, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Cuma, what I don't love is at that time, homework banyak gila.
Yelah, zaman tu memang.
Homework banyak gila. Like, you sort of like...
And they're strict.
Yeah, strict gila. And then you tengok budak macam SK lain macam... Diorang macam relax je, boleh je pergi main petang-petang, naik basikal, you know. Saya macam, am I making the right choice? Until, mungkin I look too stressed kot kat sekolah. So until the teacher came to my dad saying that, it's gonna get tougher. So, itulah. But then, I actually regret going to SK after that.
Really?
I did. Because when you grew up, I went to Chinese kindergarten for a couple of years, and then another couple of years at Sekolah Cina. And then when you go to Sekolah Kebangsaan, you sort of develop this pelat.
Oh, pelat dalam bahasa
Melayu.
Oh,
yeah. I actually
faham?
still have it until now.
Interesting.
Yeah. It is very noticeable kalau I kena record songs in Malay on a studio. Benda tu macam ada.
Wow.
If affect dia sampai sekarang lah. So
interesting.
Yeah, so bila macam tu you pergi SK, of course people will be like sort of like mocking you for your pelat.
Was it a hard transition for you?
It was really hard. I was doing great in maths until I didn't. It's so weird.
Yeah. It can be tough lah, but I think macam for me kan, at least one of my biggest regrets in life is like that ikut arahan my mother and go to Chinese school. Sebab I rasa macam untuk ada peluang untuk belajar bahasa baru is an amazing thing, and you dapat berkomunikasi with a whole new group of people kan. Macam bestnya.
Betul. That's partly I would say most part yang I regret lah, because at least if you go to Chinese school, at least up until macam darjah 6 kan, you get to read and write. Kalau you tak pergi sekolah menengah pun still okay lagi
kan.
Tapi kalau you dapat habiskan, you memang terror lah. Siapa yang memang habiskan sampai habis, sampai SPM, korang memang terror. Tu je boleh cakap.
Especially kalau you datang daripada family yang tak cakap bahasa Cina kat rumah. That's really respectable lah.
Tapi I think selalunya parents kan, I actually macam baca comments online, kalau parents dia dah hantar kakak dia, memang berderet lah, anak dia ada 4 orang, semua pergi sekolah Cina, and end up parents dia yang kesian. Diorang kancing kat rumah bahasa Cina. Parents tak faham
kan. I know. Tapi I rasa one day kan, kalau I have kids at Chinese school, you're going.
I'm definitely sending my second to Chinese school.
Okay, it's good.
Definitely. It's not because I want her to live my dream. But I had plans with Seth also, my firstborn. But because him being autistic is kind of hard with like language.
I understand.
So Raya will definitely go to Chinese school.
But the good thing is she has you yang pernah lalui benda tu. So at least dia tak macam
tak kacau shock lah. Tak kacau shock, insyaAllah.
Macam what's going on.
At least kalau dia buat kerja sekolah pun, I sort of can help her juga lah.
Exactly.
In the early days lah, bila dia dah macam advance, bye-bye lah.
Advance tu I don't know lah. But I think you'll probably be able to make it happen.
Hopefully.
So back to your career, which started pun pada ketika usia you sangat muda lagi. Your first album came out when you were 10. In 2000, you were winning awards at ABPBH. You're a child.
I was.
That's, I mean, like, congratulations. I tak rasa ramai budak kecil dekat luar sana boleh buat. And you must be someone yang macam, okay, daripada Chinese school masuk ke dalam industry, you punya tahap of how much pressure you can take is really high.
And the endurance lah.
Endurance ni memang tinggi lah.
Betul. Because sebenarnya kan, kalau ikutkan, I actually love what I'm doing. I memang suka being on the stage tu. And sedikit info lah. I got my first album kan when I was 10. And it was launched by Tun Sri Dr. Siti Hasma.
Oh, that's a big deal.
That was a big deal. And I still had the photos. And I macam, at that time, I feel like I was living the dream lah.
For sure. What was that like? Like having your own album?
Crazy. Sebab I rasa macam, because I always looked up to, singers like macam Dato' Sri Siti Nurhaliza at that time. Lepas tu ada Ziana Zain, and macam, sebab I memang have the privilege to jumpa dengan ramai artis because my dad is a singer as well. So I macam, bestnya. So I dah pasang cita-cita lah, impian to, be like them. And part of me is lain daripada, artis local. Macam, at that time, siapa je tak tengok Disney Channel?
Of course.
Siapa je tak tengok, Britney Spears performing dekat Hawaiian Beach, Christina Aguilera, the Mickey Mouse Club, and sort of semua benda tu kan. So macam, love it lah. Suka.
Yeah, that must have been such a cool experience.
Cool until it's not cool. If you go to SK, sebenarnya yang tak best je about my childhood, bila saya pergi SK, sebab my dad is a singer and I sing too. I sort of got macam isolated sikit sebab orang akan sort of like mock you macam, nyanyi macam tu.
Really?
Yeah.
Kids can be mean.
Yeah, kids can be mean, man. Yeah, seriously.
We were all there once upon a time. Tapi apabila macam time tu, I think just terlalu ramai yang tak faham.
Yeah, betul.
I was gonna ask you, that was actually my next question, right? About macam untuk jadi seorang professional dalam mana-mana bidang, tapi terutamanya bidang seni, di mana kita nak kena bawakan penampilan kita, suara untuk singers kan. Like everything lah. Everything head to toe you kena jaga. Pengorbanan tu sebenarnya sangat besar.
Betul.
Dari segi I'm sure as a child kan, ada birthday parties yang you tak dapat pergi sebab you ada kerja. Ataupun ada macam hang out lepak semua ni yang you tak dapat buat because you have to fokus, you tak boleh nak jeopardize you punya suara, tak boleh nak jerit. And this is pengorbanan yang untuk seorang budak kecil susah lah untuk budak faham.
Betul.
Did you ever feel at that time macam okay, I susah gila nak make friends?
I selalu rasa I tak boleh relate sebab okay, being the eldest and I have my siblings, my other younger siblings, and I would say very strict parents kan, with routine, with schedule, with discipline kan. So my parents memang bila masuk dalam industri, memang especially my dad lah, dia memang actually tak bagi I hang out, keluar dengan kawan ke. At that time memang susah lah. So bila kita start ada internet, barulah I boleh rasa macam boleh cari kawan. Most of my friends are online, like through MySpace, Friendster, and most of them are not Malaysian lah. So kita dapat kawan macam tu lah. I think that's basically how I socialized. I don't really have true friends in real life, to be honest.
Yeah.
Growing up.
And I'm sure also your problems pada kita itu is like how to make this album.
Yeah, exactly.
And you punya masa pun banyak diluangkan dengan orang yang jauh lebih tua kan.
Betul.
Yeah.
And then that's why bila you jumpa dengan kanak-kanak sama umur dengan you, kadang-kadang you rasa macam dia cakap apa ni kan, macam you tak boleh nak relate dengan dorang. And then you rasa macam usually you cakap about this stuff dengan all the grown-ups, and suddenly you need to have a conversation dengan mungkin anak kawan my dad, tapi still dia macam wavelength tak sama. Itu je lah.
Faham. One more thing about your childhood that added another lapis of macam mungkin cabaran di sebalik tabir is that your dad was your manager. And that can be also very difficult because it's like how did you jaga the boundary of like bila your dad was your dad and bila your dad was your manager?
I can't. I would say we failed to do so. I realized it a long time ago, tapi cuma I would say it's part and parcel of life lah. Whatever had happened, I always believe in, having balance. To find the balance is really important, but bukan semua mampu untuk melakukannya. Especially kalau your parents is you punya manager, tapi bila masa dia tengah jadi parents kita, and bila masa dia jadi manager, sometimes we got confused. And sometimes when we've been asked to do something, adakah ini sebagai your artist or anak you, macam tu. So those things yang buat I keliru dah lama, and benda tu macam being piled up bertahun-tahun until it ended. Macam tu lah.
Did you have a lot of opportunities to choose things when you were a child?
I would say not really. But looking back at things now, I would say I appreciate every single thing that my parents ever done for me. Every single thing that we went through. I'm super hopeful with things. So semua ada reason lah. So I would say benda-benda yang jadi ni semua, kalau I tak lalu all of these things, mungkin I tak jadi macam mana I sekarang. So I just selalu fikir macam tu je lah. But if at that time, if you ask me, kan kita ada that phases yang kita nak rebel kan. I do not have the chance to be rebellious.
Faham.
I do not have the single chance to be rebellious at all. So I was really, into kerja, school, just trying to balance things out between, academically and just secara career tu je lah.
Yeah, this is a complicated one, right? Kan sebab I rasa macam globally, kalau you tengok mana-mana budak di dunia lah, termasuk dengan Hollywood pun yang jadi macam celebrity pada usia yang kecil,
child star
parents
kan? Yeah.
This is a child star thing, because untuk dia dapat balance ni, I don't think it's just your family yang tak dapat capai. It's everybody struggle with it.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's the reason why I always macam tidak menggalakkan parents to be manager kepada, kalau anak you talented, even as for my child kan, I can say it now, macam if my child wanted to pursue their dreams in this industry per se, I would say, you can just do whatever you want, but definitely I don't want to be their momager.
Ya ke?
Yeah, because I just felt like, your kids need some room to grow, with or without you. They will need to be able to find the balance themselves. So sometimes bila me being a parent now, when you're guarding too much, macam over your kids, kadang-kadang benda tu yang merenggangkan lah you punya relationship.
Macam there's too much control.
Too much control. Selalunya dia macam tarik dia, cakap, let it go sikit, macam tu. Dia kena pandai lah cari balance tu. Tapi I takkan recommend lah, sebab sekarang ni kalau siapa yang parents dia nak jadi manager, hopefully they have another manager, tapi the parents maybe sort of just macam
the parents manage the manager lah, daripada
macam,
manage the budak.
Macam tu maybe it can work
okay
lah.
Sikit.
Maybe kot. Yeah.
Sebab kena ada macam filter tu. Kalau tak mungkin, kalau dia direct, dia terlalu emotional juga.
Yeah, betul.
Kan?
So let them rasa that they have parents. Sebab bila you ada parents as manager ni, one cons dia adalah, macam I cakap lah, you will get confused. You tak tahu. Sekarang ni ada benda yang I tak puas hati or wanted to do better dalam kita punya kerja. Can I actually talk to you as an artist, or am I talking to you as a daughter? So bila you nak cakap something yang mungkin you nak tegur manager you, macam mana you nak tegur? They're your parents.
Memang tak boleh lah. Memang tak ada harapan.
That's what made me confused for such a long time.
Faham.
So you not have a say, but you sort of like, kalau aku cakap ni macam ni macam ni lah. So
sebab the power pun macam tak balance dengan
yeah, betul. So benda tu pada I tak healthy lah.
Yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from. And in a way, I think I setuju. I rasa macam cadangan tadi kan, macam letaklah satu lapis manusia kat tengah untuk balancekan dua-dua pihak. Mungkin cadangan yang lebih better.
Mungkin dia punya energy dia akan jadi
balance sikit.
Balance sikit. Itulah kalau ada. I'm sure kat luar sana banyak yang anak-anak artis yang talented kan. So benda ni coming from me, boleh lah kita sama-sama perbaiki mana yang boleh lah macam tu.
Faham. I think another thing that you had to deal with also is like fame at a young age. Was this like exciting untuk you, untuk dapat berjumpa dengan ramai orang ke? Dia rasa macam okay, setiap kali I berjumpa dengan orang, diorang semua memerlukan sesuatu daripada I kena bagi dan bagi.
Sebenarnya part of I was ready for the part of meeting people. So I saw my dad was like doing it for such a long time. So I macam, that's part of your job, part of your responsibility. So benda tu I macam sort of I dah ready dengan benda tu. Tapi one interesting thing yang I dapat lalu juga, sebab because I started really young, and so I started tahun 2000 kan, my first album. So after my first album, I got signed with EMI Records when I was 12. So my second album was like
that's wild.
I know.
Just to hear you say that, girl, wow.
I know. So when I was like 13, so I was in the same label as 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙀 at that time. Ada Shila Amzah, ada Too Fat, under Positive Tone. Masa tu Positive Tone and EMI is together. So ada Too Fat, ada Rough Age. So I know. And I was
and there's this like 13-year-old Shila Amzah.
I know.
Wow, okay.
And I was like, okay. So we recorded this album, which I would cherish the experience forever. So at that time, kita punya boss, 𝙁𝙊𝙇𝙊𝙀, I actually owe him big time. He scouted banyak lagu that they went for a music festival. Ada songs from UK, from Scandinavia. So kita go for a bubblegum pop at that time. And because knowing that I love Britney Spears and, you know, Christina at that time. And then being on a label yang masa tu belum digitalized tau.
Semua CD
semua
lagi.
CD, semua cassette. And you get to actually promote your album, pergi kat shopping mall, malls to malls. And then during Hari Raya, actually, I gave out my own Hari Raya card to my fans.
Cute.
And then I got letters, I got gifts from fans. Like every time pergi office, and then they will give me this macam ada guni, macam, oh, these are from your fans, bawa balik rumah. You know,
You baca ke semua tu?
I baca semua because dia macam sekarang kalau dekat social media, Instagram per se kan, all the comments, tapi in a guni, you know.
No, I know. And I was just thinking about this the other day kan. Betapa banyak effortnya pada ketika itu untuk hantar sesuatu. That's why macam when you get mail kan, normally it's very positive tau.
Betul.
Sebab dia effort. Takkan you effort macam tu untuk hantar benda yang negatif. Tak logik.
Betul.
So it's like very fun. And like, yeah, I remember that time.
It always smells good.
Yeah.
They put bedak in it. Like, or perfume, or sprays of perfume or something. And then, I got lots of mails macam how I was an inspiration lah. Tapi my favorite part was like Hari Raya. Hari Raya, I got so many cards.
Mesti meriah kan?
So every time Hari Raya, I'll be printing out like maybe thousands of cards to give back.
Thank you
to the fans semua kan. So it was a thing for quite some time until it became digitalized. Semua that suddenly time tu kita punya industry macam quite sad lah, sebab time tu kita tengah fighting the pirates kan, the pirate CD semua. And then the CD sales went downhill. Masa tu lah yang after that album tu I rasa macam I want to give up singing.
This is before 1
1 million.
Yeah, because I heard you said that you wanted to give up, and I was like, but why? Apa yang membuatkan you rasa putus asa?
Because at that time, because I think we released the album in 2004, and then masa tu macam sort of macam I punya angkatan geng masa tu ada Eliana, ada Kak Siti Nurdiana, ada yang nyanyi different genres of song lah. So sebab I went for bubblegum pop,
which is also different, yeah.
Which is too forward for
before its time.
So it didn't went well. So I thought, okay. And it was so hard. So everywhere I went, even though I rasa macam I put so much effort in it, but people always remember me by my dad's name. Oh tu anak ini lala. And they didn't remember my name. So I pergi mana-mana pun, semua benda tu akan jadilah. So I macam, you got disappointed lah, basically. I just got disappointed macam, dah lah, maybe it's not for me. I will just focus on my studies, macam tu lah. Until one day I saw the ads about 1 million. I believe it was like in 2006, where Alif Sata and Faiz Tahir and Sukilo was on it. I was like, bestnya. But at that time macam I was too scared to try. Until the next year, masa SPM tu, I told my dad, this will be my last try ever. I cakap, I didn't make it, tada.
Macam tak nak menyanyi dah?
Yeah.
What would you have done?
No, because I cakap dengan my dad, because I tried my best. But this will be the last one lah. Because the thing about 1 in a million at that time, I rasa macam that was like my last hope. And masa tu, tengah famous all this reality show. Time tu kita ada Academy Fantasia, kita ada Malaysian Idol. So 1 in a million ni is the only pertandingan that allows a recording artist to also try.
Yeah, I remember
the one and only. So macam, okay, this is my very last chance. Tak apalah kan. So I only need the platform. If I didn't make it, that's it lah. Macam tu. I would just think that it's not for me. So I pun masuk lah 1 in a million ni. So that was like the very first time I get to stay away from my family. For 4 months, kita kena duduk luar. So kita macam ditempatkan this one tempat. So kita duduk all together semua for 4 months. And then habis, I dapat first runners up. But I was quite devastated I didn't win. But at that time because the kira macam channel punya orang tu and the record label punya orang is my ex-boss Ahmad Izam Omar, which was on EMI Records. So dia cakap dengan I, kita apa, even though you the first runners up, we will still sign you. So that's when they signed me. So they signed me and we got another album out. But again, it was too ahead of its time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was too ahead of its time. I believe that the only song that made it was Memori Tercipta, which is like the anthem for all the students up until today.
Yeah.
Then I told my label, I cakap, dah tak boleh lah macam ni. Maybe I need to do something else. So I actually wrote this song. So that's when I wrote Patah Seribu, because I was like, obviously, I was brokenhearted over someone at that time. Lepas tu I wrote the song. And then masa tu label macam, kita baru release je album ni macam tu. So I cakap tak apalah, it's okay. So I didn't give any benefits to the company. So might as well let's just terminate
go different ways.
Itulah. So they respected macam I punya decision. So okay. And then that's my very first journey of being independent artist. So I started my YouTube account. I released Patah Seribu. And then me and my mom actually was the one who was the PR of the song.
Yeah.
We actually went to the radio stations, gave out all the CDs to the radio for them to play. And we did our own PR, own promo, until we actually met Michael Ang to the MV lah for the song. And then the song sort of, I pun tak sangka tiba-tiba orang suka. So that was my very first kira macam lagu yang I put out there yang orang terima lah.
You betul-betul tulis sendiri. Okay, I had some questions about this kan. Macam, did you write a song sebelum this one ke? This is the first song you write and the first song yang keluar juga?
My very first song sebenarnya, my second album ada, tapi orang tak pay attention kat dia. So masa Patah Seribu ni because I did the a YouTube video of me strumming the guitar, singing the song, and people rupanya at that time macam I rasa macam I sort of got the identity, macam orang baru nampak who I am, and I've been taken seriously as a songwriter. And then at that time YouTube pun kan baru, so dia macam booming lah. Dia macam semua orang buat covers and some sort. Masa ada Najwa Latif zaman tu lah. And I always wanted to be, someone with a guitar, someone who's in a band. Seriously, I love country, rock and R&B music so much. I always wanted to be in a band. But since I have a strict parents, that will never come true. So how am I supposed to go like jamming with my bandmates? Tapi nak keluar kawan pun susah. So that's the story lah behind Patah Seribu ni. I know.
And it did well.
It did,
Patah
Alhamdulillah.
Seribu did
Alhamdulillah.
so well.
Alhamdulillah.
I guess it's like bila kita kecil, we keep changing. And also I'm sure macam apa you minat that sama ada bubblegum pop semua tu, dia tetap berubah.
Betul, dia
kan?
evolve lah.
Yeah,
kan?
for sure. And you can't keep with one thing for so long.
Betul.
Like an adult, kan?
Betul.
But Patah Seribu did so well, and then you acted
Yeah.
in Patah Seribu juga.
Yes.
So
The one and
like-
only telefilm I ever acted.
I know, but that's still so cool, right?
Yeah.
Like your song did so well, they made a telemovie about the song.
I know. I have to thank Astro for it.
Yeah.
And for them to just replaying Patah Seribu telefilm for like the 1,000
Forever.
times and forever and ever.
Did you like to act?
Honestly, I like it. Cuma at that time, too many things on my plate juga lah. And I got into, percintaan. And then it's acting like jadi impossible for me lah after that.
I understand.
Betul je.
I'm sure it was like associated with a lot of things
Yeah,
juga for you kan
betul,
time tu. So macam
betul,
okay, tak
betul.
apa. But it's okay sebab I rasa macam semua benda jadi for a reason.
Betul.
Sebab mungkin kalau you terus berlakon, you akan jadi pelakon dan penyanyi in Malaysia, which is great, and that's a huge achievement. But you did something really unique, which is you pergi China, you copy dengan sana, babe. What were you thinking? Apa ni? Asal tiba-tiba nak pergi China pula? And how do you even find out like apa yang tengah berlaku in China, which is so far away, tanpa social media?
Well, sebenarnya macam
Tolong
ni,
ceritakan.
untuk yang Asian Wave ni kan, actually got an email from the TV station. They needed kira macam contestants from Malaysia, so is Asian Wave. So ada daripada Thailand, daripada Korea, ada daripada Japan, yang cover all Asia. So dorang perlukan daripada Malaysia juga. So I think, I don't know who actually sent my my profile to them. So they actually emailed me saying that they wanted me to be on the show, to participate on the competition lah. At that time, I don't have any expectations pun. So bila I masuk tandingan, especially after 1 in a Million, I rasa macam tak apalah kan. The feeling of like kalau tak menang pun tak apa, as long as I dapat the experience macam tu. So bila I pergi China, so I tu macam terkejut lah sebab pertandingan dia first is a top 100 or top 30 or something, and I pergi, and then I lepas tu dia cakap, okay, you will go to the next round, which is ada 3 rounds altogether. So the recording or the competition itself took around like 5-6 hours to record. So dia ada stage dia, tapi macam competition kat sini, it's like a sprint kan. Kalau kat sana it's like a marathon. So you punya endurance tu lepas tu nyanyi. I have 3 songs all together. So lepas 10 orang nyanyi, baru another song. 10 orang nyanyi, baru another song. So diorang akan eliminated until the last segment, the last stage lah, which is the grand finale macam tu.
Wow. Well, this is a lot, right?
A lot. It was a lot.
But did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. And at that time, I sort of macam get a calling, like macam I baru je pakai tudung time tu. Because something happened and I just rasa I get the calling lah basically. So bila kat sana I pakai tudung, people thought that it was just a fashion thing lah. Until I won the competition, lepas tu they asked me to sign a 5-year contract because of dah menang tu kan. So after that, they came to me macam, okay, these are kita punya plans for you, the fashion and things like that lah. So okay, nanti rambut you macam ni. Tapi ada time ada pakai hijab tau. And then rupanya diorang tak faham, diorang tak aware sangat lah pasal hijab and Islam and everything. So I cakap dengan diorang, if you want me to go on, I need to keep my hijab sebab it's not just a fashion thing that I can just pakai and buka. And then I actually assured them that this can be done a lot of ways lah. Macam tunjuk diorang, Google all the photos semua kan, macam mana nak buat semua. Oh, okay. So from then onwards, I terus dah duduk Shanghai and sign a 5-year contract with them.
I know like before you pergi dekat China untuk buat semua ni, there was a lot happening in Malaysia.
Betul.
In your public life, in your personal life juga.
Betul.
Was this kind of like the perfect timing juga for you untuk you dapat kebebasan sikit?
I would say sebenarnya kan, to be honest, I rasa me being in China, secara personally tu, dia buat rasa lebih fokus lah. Daripada bila you kerja kan, daripada kecil, you ada di satu otak yang macam I need to find love. I rasa macam I kena ada satu another support system macam tu lah. Tapi like I said, benda macam ni kan macam sort of you punya life experience juga. Sometimes what you want is not what you need. And maybe it's the wrong timing juga. So God has,
Other
better
plans.
other plans, which is better plans for you. So it so happened just the right time that I flew to China to just right after my breakup. So after I broke up, benda tu macam lagi best sebab I get to focus more on my career because it's always something yang I nak. And I remember after I balik after Asian Wave, so all my hard work daripada tahun 2000 sampai the moment I dapat Asian Wave tu, the champion of Asian Wave tahun 2012. So 12 years of my hard work tu rasa macam pays off sebab people finally taking me seriously. Like macam, anak Malaysia, kembangkan kerjaya dekat China. And then bila balik tu, barulah I dapat macam being called for, TV programs lagi banyak. Ada peluang untuk lebih banyak platforms lah, I would say.
I don't think Malaysia faham tau betapa besarnya Shila Amzah dekat China. Like, I did some research and I was like, holy, what the hell, right? Like, your fan base in China is bigger than Malaysia.
Alhamdulillah.
I mean, congrats, right?
Thank you.
Congrats, that's amazing. Tapi I rasa macam you balik Malaysia, mesti orang tahu lah you famous dekat. I pun tahu you famous dekat situ, babe. Tapi bila betul-betul, I macam, what the fuck? Wow, this is crazy. You're so successful there,
Alhamdulillah.
right? And I think like this is the thing that's so interesting about Malaysia is that we kind of kadang-kadang, I love Malaysian and I love working here. I love being a Malaysian, but we can be sometimes a bit reluctant untuk support orang kita tau. Like when you came back from winning Asian Wave in China, China's a big country, guys. Okay,
Yeah, huge.
China's a big country.
It's a huge cake, guys.
Yes, and you're competing bukan saja dengan, bukan nak cakap kita punya local standard is very good. Tapi the whole of Asia punya standard you tengah compete and you menang, right? When you came back to Malaysia, did people treat you differently? And I think also for women, the other thing that's so interesting about your position, right, is that macam you selalu, mungkin sebelum ni kan, you were treated according to the respect of the men in your life, right? Your dad, your ex, or whatever personal situation you were in. And was this the first time people were like, that she is really important too?
Well, what you said was right. Sebab masa tu, apa yang after Patah Seribu kan, especially after the telefilm, I always feel like macam selalu my life or my career was centered based on who am I with, more macam gossip and controversies lah. It was cushioned by I always felt like my talent was cushioned by all these unnecessary things that surround my life at that particular time. So bila after Asian Wave ni, benda tu memang membuka mata banyak orang. Dan I rasa benda ni bukannya berlaku untuk dalam career I je. I'm sure a lot of people kat luar sana yang mungkin pun pergi abroad juga for something in their career, not necessarily dalam industri kita kan, pun akan rasa benda yang sama juga. Tapi pergi jauh lah, you pergi kerja luar negara, tiba-tiba balik Malaysia, gaji you boleh naik lagi daripada before, that kind of thing. So yeah.
But I really respect it sebab I rasa apa yang sangat menarik is lepas you dah dapat peluang besar ni dekat China, you could have gone away forever, right? And you could have been successful dekat situ and tak payah balik Malaysia kalau you nak lah, just saying, right? It's not like benda tu, it's a free country, you could have gone and you could have tak tahu double, triple, quadruple down in China, in Hong Kong, wherever you went next. Tapi you balik Malaysia juga, jaga dua-dua market juga, which is
I tried my very best. Seriously.
So much work.
Memang so much work, but at that time lah, especially I still rasa sayang and I still rasa sebab this is where I started and I rasa macam if I just, to be honest with you, the money was good. Like dekat China ni, it's something yang macam I can see the opportunities yang you dapat, and then the coverage yang you dapat bila you dekat negara orang, especially dekat China. No one is like me on dalam diorang punya industry. Jadi of course I was treated differently, and people really kat sana bila orang cakap dengan kita, communicate dengan kita, even though I was so young, I was like 24 years old, 22 years old, orang panggil you dalam bahasa Cina, orang panggil you, still panggil you cikgu tau, like 老师. Seriously, like Shila 老师, Shila 老师. Macam bila diorang jumpa kita, and bila kita pergi diorang punya TV station, that's how you're being called.
Really?
So dia ada
Hormat
tu lain. Lain. Cuma bila dekat Malaysia, sebab I rasa sebab I still rasa macam alah nak juga macam tu. Bukan I tamak, tapi I rasa macam this is why I started. Rasa macam tak best kalau I just
hilang
leave.
terus.
Yeah. I still ada rasa tu lah. Up until now pun I try my very best to juggle both, sebab I rasa at the end of the day I wanted my kids to be able to nampak what I can actually do here in our very own country juga. Macam tu.
I'm really proud of you for that.
Oh, thank you.
It's the hardest decision yang you boleh pilih
Yeah,
lah.
betul.
Tapi it's the yang paling berbaloi sebenarnya. I think juga.
Yeah.
Around that time, you started your own label.
Yeah.
Sebab dia tak cukup kerja lah, Shila Amzah. So dia buka label sendiri. Was this like, I'm sure you mesti rasa macam sangat bebas kan, untuk finally you dapat this type of small control yang datang balik dekat you in your life.
I would say at that time, sebab lepas I tulis Patah Seribu, I always feel like macam I betul-betul nak ada albums yang I tulis. Bukan I cakap komposer lain tak bagus, tapi sebab I saw the success of Patah Seribu, and I rasa macam that's where I belong. Yang I rasa itulah diri I. So bila kita dapat produce our own album at such a young age, I rasa macam benda tu bila you look back, itulah kerja you. Yung benda yang something yang kira bukti macam mana you bekerja, and lagu yang keluar tu itulah produk dia. So benda tu yang I tak nak hilang lah sebenarnya. So that's why having your own authority untuk sesuatu yang you karyakan tu penting lah pada I.
Which is important. You did 2 actually competitions dekat China kan. The second one is called I'm a Singer. So this is the thing about you in your career yang I rasa sangat different, is that you tetap masuk competition.
Betul.
And not just dekat China, tapi dekat Malaysia, and even recently juga. Like also why? Because biasanya untuk seorang yang bukan penyanyi, I'm sure ramai orang akan fikir macam ini kat luar sana kan. You're a singer. Why do you need to compete? Right? And mesti ada contestant juga yang akan tanya soalan yang sama, macam alamak, I kena compete dengan a professional. You know what I mean?
Competitions yang I masuk kat China after Asian Wave, yang I Am Singer tu, it was like macam nak samakan dengan program apa kalau kat Malaysia. I think it's more like macam GV, tapi bukan. Dia sort of ada penyanyi lama, ada penyanyi baru.
Okay.
So I Am Singer is I would say one of the biggest platform dekat China. Secara competitionnya, orang akan nanti-nantikan every year. And I dapat peluang untuk masuk the second season of I Am a Singer. And masa tu, to be honest, I have absolutely no expectations at all. Sebab after Asian Wave, sebab I sebenarnya tak boleh cakap Cina tau. I can understand a little bit sebab I dah tinggalkan bahasa Mandarin dah lama sangat.
So time you duduk kat sana, macam mana you?
So when I live there, bila I start duduk kat Shanghai tu, I kena relearn the language.
Everything from scratch.
Tapi at that time, I tak ada specific cikgu ke apa benda, because I actually love languages. Sebab kalau I tengok cerita banyak, macam masa kita grow up, tengok banyak telenovela, Spanish, at times maybe Tagalog, benda tu memang cepat masuk dalam I punya otak, especially bila dah duduk dekat China, you were forced to.
Oh yeah, for sure, you akan belajar
benda tu
cepat.
Just like a muscle memory for you. So bila I masuk I'm a Singer pun, I still my Mandarin was like so bad. Tapi sebab masa tu diorang macam tak apa. Sebab I tanya, kena banyak cakap ke? Kena cakap in Mandarin. Diorang cakap tak apa. Because everything in China, kalau even if you are outsiders, foreigners I mean, diorang ada like translating in your in-ears all the time. So benda tak ada masalah. Yeah.
They're in the future, man. China is kind of cool.
And we're talking about 2014.
They had this already?
Yeah.
I baru nampak recently tahu macam benda yang boleh macam auto-translate.
Yeah.
2014 is like 11 years ago.
Yes. So I macam, okay. Alright. So I agreed to be on the show. It was so tough. Because you imagine, I Am Singer ni, dia pertandingan yang every week ada 7 orang. It runs like 4-5 months tau. Banyak minggu. So every week ada 7 orang. Every 2 weeks ada seorang akan eliminate. Tapi lepas seorang eliminate, dia akan panggil seorang lagi to replace and to make it 7 again.
Tak habis-habis competition lagi.
Yeah.
So when does it end?
I masuk pun dah towards the end. I think I was there for 7-8 weeks kot maybe.
How do you win? Paling lama bertahan dekat dalam
ada orang yang daripada awal. But diorang bukan kira you punya demerit ke apa. Tapi kalau you get the highest vote, that's how you win. So they have the voting online and they have the macam kira macam in the studio punya voting.
That's crazy. The stamina kan macam kena luar
Gila,
biasa.
that's why I cakap kalau pertandingan kat China macam marathon. It's not like.
And yang ni, sorry babe, I nak tanya. This one is bukan dengan Asia kan? Macam it's all the Chinese singers only.
Yes.
And you kira already macam like a Chinese singer.
At that time, memang tak ada orang luar. Tapi sekarang diorang dah start
faham.
invite like American singers. Like the most recent one, they invited Fuzia from America. So she actually did really well juga. Ada someone, Dimash from Kazakhstan. Dia ramai lah actually. Sebab diorang macam nak more challenge.
Diorang happening gila kan dekat sana.
The entertainment industry is like, dia macam tak ada limit.
Wow.
Diorang punya ideas banyak lah, I would say.
Tapi the sad thing is that macam contoh ni dekat Malaysia, kita tak dapat can we watch these programs?
I think now we can watch it online.
Kan?
There are some sites that you
can cari kan. Tapi zaman you, I'm pretty sure it was quite difficult untuk orang cari.
Quite difficult.
So it must have been tough sebab Malaysian fans you macam different mana Shila.
Yeah. Tapi my Chinese fans memang tahulah. So diorang macam tahulah mana channel diorang nak pergi. So at that time, I still remember my very first keluar tu ada 500 million people watching. I was like,
that's so many people.
I know.
That's like, guys, that's like iShow speed. Tapi like before, you know, like what?
Yeah, it's crazy. So, best lah. And why, to answer your question, I mean, I pergi pusing, sekarang baru I answer your question. Kenapa I suka competition? Sebab every single time I masuk competition, I get to discover new things about me. Like I said, I grew up being quite a timid girl. I don't like speaking to other people. I just do not like communicating through words. I just like singing. Tapi bila dekat dalam competition ni, I just discover, kalau contoh macam I'm so scared of high notes before kan. So bila dalam competition, dengan the adrenaline that you have, and then the competition that you have with yourself, I never think about others tau. Bila I masuk competition, I tak pernah fikir pun orang lain nak buat apa ke, orang lain konsep macam mana ke. Those things were never bothers me. I memang fikir apa I nak buat, what I can do better this week. If last week I tak suka the performance, this week arrangement macam mana I nak buat, macam tu. So that's why I suka competition. And I get to sing different sort of songs, different genres, and I get to experiment. And that's the only platform that I get to do so. And it's very interesting lah. Process for me. Secara creatively.
But you have to be so hardworking lah kan.
I guess I am a workaholic.
Yeah, I can tell. Which brings me to my next question, which I think is really interesting. You decided to settle down in 2018.
I know.
Became a mom in 2019 for a hardworking, workaholic, type A kind of girl. Macam, what pada ketika itu made you feel like this was the right decision in your life? Because I think macam biasanya the stigma for female entertainers kan is that macam, oh, you start a family and then
and that's it for you, my
itulah stigma
brother.
dia kan. Yeah, exactly. So like, what were you like, nervous? Were you scared? What was that like for you?
I was trying to find a balance in life. Sebenarnya, being a workaholic myself, you will lose yourself in the process, bit by bit, whether you like it or not. At times, what makes me suddenly just decided to get married kan, sebab at that time I felt really lonely. Even though even in a crowded room, I still feel like just might be the loneliest person in the room, even with a lot of people surrounding me. So I was quite in a dark place juga at that time juga. So then I decided to get married because at that time my ex family-in-law and my mother, my parents, they're sort of friends. And then we got to know each other. And I'm macam, I got this, I've been through this, I got this on my shelf. What's next? So I macam, okay lah, kahwin lah. And masa tu I tak berapa fikir sangat pun, sebab I rasa macam kalau Tuhan dah gerakkan hati I for this might be a good thing for me. So I just jalan je lah sebenarnya, to be honest with you.
And then you became a mom.
That was unexpected as well. So we were not planning, and then it sort of happened. And then but I would say having my son in my life is one of the best thing that ever happened to me.
Of course. Did it change your relationship dengan career you pada ketika itu?
Of course, because okay, we're talking about 2019. When I had my son, it was 2019. And then 2020 COVID hits.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you dah tak boleh perform.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere. It was
especially with the two different. What was COVID like for you?
Oh my
Sebab like tadi
goodness.
pasal COVID kan. I'm thinking like, okay, it's tough for you because macam you tak dapat tengok fans. This is your fans in a whole country that you can't even go to. That's
I was in a very, very dark place because at that time it took a huge toll on me, like mentally, and having to still holding on for my son. And yeah, it was real tough. I was not really thinking about my fans anymore. At that time, my priority was my son. Tapi at that time, life was tough. Looking back at things, being in COVID, you sort of don't have any choice but to go through it until it ends. And finally, you know, you dapat decide something, you know, for you to take charge again for your life. And after COVID ends, bukan not ends, masa tu dah baru habis MCO. That was the time yang I told my manager, let's go and see the lawyers. And that's when I got divorced. And I think itu pun one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand. Yeah, no, it's just, I mean, I tak nak orang kat luar sana salah faham.
Yeah, betul.
It's not gelak sebab this is a great thing, guys.
Betul.
It's more so macam you have to laugh. Sebab you nak buat apa lagi?
Betul. I mean,
menangis ke sampai bila?
You dah lalu jalan tu.
Yeah.
Sekarang ni lepas apa yang dah jadi kan, I selalu fikir semua benda dalam hidup you ni, you ada pilihan. You have the choice. kalau bukan you yang pilih untuk yourself, siapa lagi? So I'm not the kind of mother yang I would stay in a marriage for the sake of my kid. No, because I know that I need to be present. I know that I need to be mentally well. I want to be a happy mom. And I'm not happy. So that's why I decided to, to walk away. And after that, being a single mom, and I got to know that my son is autistic. It was real tough. It was real tough because of being alone, and he was not talking until he's like 3.5 years. All the trauma, the selective mutism that he had as a kid. I didn't get to hear him say mama for the longest time until in 2000, I would say 2002, 2022, early 2022, I met Ubai. And then that's when my son starts speaking again, like for the first time. He wants to try on eating new things because bila your kids are special and they always have their own thing, and they will be the pickiest eater ever. They will throw tantrums whenever they want it, only because they just don't know how to communicate their needs. But yeah, at that time, me and Ubai, we were just friends, and I can see that my son really macam selesa lah dengan dia. It sort of happened lah.
It's very powerful, isn't it? Yeah. I think
dalam life ni, I rasa that's why I cakap, sebab bila you started kerja really young kan, you memang, when you receive some sort of rejection from any corners that you get, you macam rasa macam, oh tak dapat ni, tak apa, I will try again, tak apa, let's get back up again. Kau jatuh, okay, tak apa. So I get so hopeful. So bila even as a single mom pun, tak kira lah I koyak macam mana, really I was memang down, mentally drained. Tapi lepas tu I jumpa Ubai, so benda tu jadi lain lah. And he's 8 years younger than me, which is so unexpected.
Honestly, I remember when I read the news for the first time, I was like, so I think I pernah nampak Ubai like a few times at the Astro.
Yeah.
You know, so like I selalu kan lalu-lalang because it was obviously, I'm like, whoa, I didn't see this coming. I don't know either of you guys. Tapi I think the whole internet was shocked.
Yeah, they were shocked.
Shocked, right? Yeah. Wait, okay.
Seriously.
I do have some questions. So you guys met through work?
It was a very funny story. Girl, I was one of the judge, one of the 50 judge of Altogether Now Malaysia season 2.
Yes, okay, I have questions about that too.
Yeah, and then Ubai actually, he was not on the list of the crew, but he actually asked the producer to be part of the team because he knew that I'm gonna be there.
That's kind of. He got Riz. I'm just gonna say.
I guess he just wanted to be friends because knowing that he's 8 years younger than me, and he has always been a fan. We actually did tweeted in 2012. We followed each other.
Crazy.
He was a fan. He obviously called me Kaka at that time. Because I was 22 and he was like what? How old was he? 16?
Yeah.
Like 14. So. Fast forward, suddenly he works in Astro, and I actually met him there. And then, but before that, I was, so after being a single mom, I don't know, just didn't know what to do when I'm like, I suka social media because, from MySpace, from one site to another kan. So Instagram got a bit boring at that time. So I thought, there's TikTok. Okay, what is this thing all about? So I tried to go on TikTok. And actually, pergi live, kalau live macam ni. Okay, I didn't know because such a millennials kan. So I don't know. So tiba-tiba, he's on TikTok. So all the commenters and all the fans macam cakap, panggil Ubai. So they tagged him. So apparently he's been telling people that he macam my fans semua. So suruh dia naik kotak. I was like, why is naik kotak? What is that? So they actually taught me online macam, actually you have to tekan the host kena tekan ni untuk accept invitation apa semua for them to be on the side with me. So dia tiba-tiba ada kat situ. So and then he was like, hi, saya Ubai. So we actually knew each other through TikTok. I'm not kidding.
No, that's crazy.
I'm
right?
serious. And then
this man, he came with a plan, girl.
I
He
don't
saw you
know,
for the first time when he was
girl.
16. He said, "This is my wife."
I don't know, girl, but it was hella funny sebab I macam TikTok. So lepas tu dia macam macam dia asked me to follow him back. I was like, damn, masa tu I macam barely 100,000 followers. Then your followers I think 500k or 600. I was like, what? This guy is famous? I don't know this guy. Then itu yang macam we were just macam live online. I saw him semua. Itu yang baru altogether now to the first time I actually met him.
So many years later lah.
Not many years. I would say few months after that lah.
Few months only since the TikTok thing. Last what TikTok tu kan is a pandemic kind of thing. Yeah. So this is a crazy wild story that you guys have known each other for so long.
Tiba-tiba je kat situ. And then I still remember, every time break je dia macam nak makan ke. Saya macam my manager macam, aduh, dia ni lagi interview pun dia ni lagi. So, and then so we gotten close lah macam so I bukan ada siapa-siapa, so we just cakap-cakap je macam tu. And then at that time he was with dia cakap dengan other girls. I pun keep my option open as macam being friends with everybody kan. And then what happened was there was one day tiba-tiba fast forward we gotten even closer after GV, after I done my GV9, after the competition dah habis semua. Tiba-tiba I actually need to go away for performance dekat Sydney at that time. So he sent me to the airport. So bila dekat Sydney, I was like, there's something missing. I spoke to my manager. Ini kenapa? What's wrong with me? Kenapa aku rasa macam ada macam teringat-ringat, macam something is going on macam tu kan. So Aini was like, maybe you have feelings for this guy. maybe kot. Tak tahu. Try lah nanti balik kan. So bila balik, dia ambil air pada airport. Dia lari daripada Astro. Lunchtime, dia ambil air kat airport.
I think he got feelings for you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but still, so we sort of talk about it. And then, we became a thing.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, we became a thing. So, I don't realize my own feelings. But after my first failed marriage, I lantak aku dah tak nak kahwin. Seriously, macam tu. It's not in my plan langsung.
Being married to somebody yang macam, especially when you don't get along,
it's
the worst thing.
It suck, man. It suck. You just basically it suck lah. Tak ada comments yang berkaitan selepas tu lah. It suck. Itu je.
Yeah, faham.
So after that, he actually asked his mother whether or not macam if it's a good idea. Macam dengan Shila Amzah ni okay ke mak? Macam tu kan. And then the mother was like, are you being serious here? She's 8 years older. He has a kid. Are you ready? Benda ni jangan main anak orang macam tu kan. And then arwah mak cakap, dengan dia okay. So if he's ready, ikut you. So fast forward 2 weeks after that, dia ajak I kahwin. Only after 2 weeks.
But what a responsible guy.
Benda tu happens so fast, Amy. Seriously. Okay, you imagine we realize our feelings tu bulan February. And then tiba-tiba March, people got to know about us being together some sort. Tapi masa tu dia dah ajak I kahwin dah, because dia dah tanya dia punya mak. And then we got engaged bulan Mei. Tapi at that time, 2 weeks before kita punya engagement tu, adik dia meninggal. So I get to know his mother semua. They were so nice to me. She was one of the nicest person on earth I ever met. So the arwah mak cakap, tak apa, the living must go on. Kita continue je this engagement. So I macam, okay. It was really tough. So his mom was battling with cancer juga at that time. So even despite of, you know, the happiness of like us building, you know, sort of kita punya life and relationship together, but alongside kita ada this thing that we were dealing with. And then tiba-tiba buat preparation for kahwin semua. We decided to get married on August, and then right a week before our nikah, his mom passed away. Tapi at that time, sebulan sebelum tu, his mom memang apa tu, kita dah jaga dekat hospital. Actually, when I went past through the hospital just now, that was the hospital. So macam I nak datang sini pun macam tak best. I tak suka lalu sini, lalu depan hospital
I'm
ni
so
kan.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I mean like, it's just getting to know my mom-in-law and happen to you know, macam ada banyak similarities dengan dia, because she was born in August 10th. My birthday August 13th. So we share so many similarities together. So macam bila jaga mak kat hospital tu, macam one of the wonderful thing that I actually did in my life. Tapi benda yang paling sweet yang arwah mak buat, even though dia meninggal a week before kita punya nikah, but she actually passed all the cards to all the nurses, the doctors, and she actually cakap dengan the cousins, the aunties, the uncles semua, cakap, make sure that my son is gonna get married.
Oh,
make sure she make sure everyone knows this, so that
so supportive.
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
Yeah, she was.
You're right. It's fast and February to just what, a few months later dah kahwin dah. Tapi I think you guys are in your relationship pada permulaannya went through what some couples go through in a lifetime.
Yeah, betul.
Yeah.
It was every time I spoke about mak, it's just I tak ada reason untuk give up dalam life I, sebab knowing that she was such a strong woman, and I macam always inspired by how strong she was. And dalam kita punya relationship, me and Ubai, she actually cakap dengan Ubai, kalau you nak sakitkan hati dia, you belah. Dia arwah mak pesan kat I the same thing. Kalau Ubai sakitkan hati you, dia tak jaga hati you, dia buat hal, you belah. Don't stay. So benda ni berkaitan dengan, I think, upbringing jugalah. How she actually respect women, and it's not just for the sake of, kalau anak dia okay, dia boleh backup je anak dia, macam tu. So sekarang macam I think in relationship, itulah the energy that kita bawa. How hard it is for us to actually get here, kalau sebab benda reason kecil-kecil. Tak adalah benda tu akan trigger to make it a big deal lah, macam tu lah.
I'm very happy you at least dapat macam spend time with her a little bit, right?
Alhamdulillah.
I do have another question for you, kan. I think like macam as a single mom, pada kita like as you said kan, macam earlier kan, mesti you dah rasa macam, okay, I don't want to do this ever again because it's painful. But apa yang pada ketika itu meyakinkan you, because I'm sure you had a lot to think about. You're a single mom, you've already been through something traumatic. what made you feel like, okay, I rasa I nak give this a shot?
The biggest reason why was my son. Seth loves Ubai. He was so natural with him. You, as a mother, you tengok benda ni macam, how can you not?
Yeah, I
And
understand.
when I brought Seth into macam their family kan, Aroma say things like macam, yay, bestnya dapat cucu instant. Macam because dia tak pernah ada cucu yet, so cucu
That is
instant.
so supportive.
Yeah, I know. So it's like I macam culture shock juga sebab I thought, you know, then you know the stigma of, you know, being a single mom, and then of course me being 8 years older than him, people will be saying like, kenapa why you nak kahwin dengan orang muda sangat macam ni, or kenapa Ubai nak choose someone like me to be a wife, you know. Tapi I don't know, bila when it comes to relationship, maybe kita je yang tahu kan how kita berada dalam relationship tu macam mana kita dengan each other, kita je yang tahu. So
as long as you're happy, and you look so happy.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. And now you're mom for the second time. You have a daughter.
I know.
That's so cute. Okay, I do have questions for you as a mom though, right? Especially as a mom to kids and datang daripada latar belakang you were a child star. What, like, if your kids, I mean, we already went through the whole would you manage them thing, tapi how, macam mana you punya approach to parenting? Like, I guess berdasarkan dengan your childhood, like what is it that you kind of like want to amalkan, whether it's like the strictness that your parents taught you, the discipline, which are all good things, tapi apa yang you simpan, apa yang you ubah?
You know, sekarang ni orang selalu cakap pasal, you know, how important for you to, you know, be gentle with your kids. You know, gentle parenting is a thing now. But I would say, as for me personally, I would like to keep things balanced lah. Tapi obviously, as much as I wanted to be the bad cop, but just the heart in me,
Terlalu lembut.
I can't. Suara pergi level 10, tapi my kids are not scared of me at all. No, man. I can just use the loudest voice I can, but my son will just be like, I think dia lagi takut dengan my manager or Ubai. I mean, like, because I think I'm too mumsy for him. Like,
honestly, that's kind of great though.
Yeah, I mean, sebab when it comes with Seth, like, especially, okay, being a mom of 2 and having to parent both of them very differently. Okay, sekarang ni macam Seth, because he's autistic, so the way you talk to him memang kena ada cara dia, and how kita nak disciplinkan dia pun ada cara dia. It was very challenging, especially for now that he just started school. So he's 6 years old.
6 already.
He started early for year 1. So he's in private school kan. So it was tough, man. I didn't expect it to be like this, but me and Ubai, kita macam, aduh, sakitnya otak. But it's not just for autistic kids. I think having to parent your child these days is very challenging.
Especially dengan social media, dengan itulah, kids now, they face a lot of pressure juga.
Me and Ubai, we try to keep our household screen free as much as possible. As much as we can. So for Seth, it's like this. But for Rhea, it's another plan. Because she's, I think she is, 16 months now. She's a girl. She's a princess. She's the second child. So just imagine dia punya perangai princess and dia punya bossiness. I nak tu juga. So abang dia always, I think he's definitely gonna get bullied by her. Definitely.
Itulah tanggungjawab seorang abang.
I dah boleh nampak dah sekarang ni. Memang, it's just so different. Tapi, I syukur lah. One thing, bila you ada pasangan kan, this is for boys and girls out there lah. Memang we need to be a team. Bila you're in a marriage, you have to be a team. Your wife and your husband needs to come first before the kids. Ni yang me and Ubai always remind ourselves. Sebab selalunya bila when you have kids, you sort of forget that you can put your kids first. All your kids needs dulu. Sampai you terlupa. Actually, first, you kena make sure you dah tag team dengan team you dulu. Macam untuk apa-apa perkara pun. So, benda tu lah yang me and Ubai akan sentiasa ingatkan. Kalau ada masalah dengan Seth, kita kena jadi team dulu. Then, baru kita boleh solve the matter. Macam tu.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Untuk orang ingat juga.
Betul.
It's easy for parents too.
Yeah.
And there's also parent guilt. It's not easy being a parent.
No,
I respect it. I respect it.
It's not.
Yeah.
But when, you know, if you tanya siapa-siapa kan, are you ready? Of course, you can just ask anyone. They are never ready. When you have kids, everything is just unexpected. Benda, no matter how much you have plans for your child, tapi benda tu akan somehow jadi lain juga. So at the end of the day, kita orang just letak some sort of the initial plans, tapi you know, kita just berserah je lah kan. Macam kalau benda jadi macam tu.
It's just like a guideline lah.
Yeah, guideline
macam
je.
rule book.
And kita tak nak lah bagi kita terlalu stress out sangat sampai sampai benda tu makan diri kita balik.
Betul. It's a good strategy. She's still working hard. She came out with your most recent single, which is Pernah Punya Aku.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what this song is about because I think you spoke about it before. But just to double check with you, what is this song about?
Well, the song is about. It was inspired by my parents punya cerita, where obviously my dad actually married someone else while being married to my mom. And then this song was inspired by how my mom actually feels, how she felt during that time, and how much it actually broke her. Tapi bila I tulis lagu, usually I suka tulis something yang ada hopeful line for ada certain situation. For example, untuk lagu Pernah Punya Aku ni, I nak my mom untuk jangan terima dah any sort of benda yang tak do justice for her. Macam tu. So lagu Pernah Punya Aku ni, I tahu yang banyak orang boleh relate dengan story ni. Tapi, and again, I actually told my mom this so many times. Kalau you nak walk away from a marriage, tapi you rasa macam, alah, nanti kesian kat anak, don't think about this. Parents should not think of their kids for the reason for them to stay. Because we, as kids, we do not want unhappy parents. Kita tak nak benda tu. I told my mom that so many times. And finally, when, you know, she got to know it, lepas tu, dia tahulah betapa, actually boleh je. Bila kita ada happy parents, benda tu actually better untuk the kids. Even though kalau parents tu tak together. Itu my POV lah. As the eldest kan. You saw everything coming.
I agree. Yeah, I tak ada benda nak tambah. Because I think my parents are divorced as well. Or they got divorced. My dad's no longer with us. Tapi pada ketika itu, I'm really grateful. Like looking back at my life now, even though I grew up a bit of a different kind of family at home because my parents were divorced, but I've never seen my parents fight. And thank God. Yeah. So macam when we hung out, we knew like our parents weren't together, tapi macam tak nampak diorang gaduh pun. So macam benda tu tak pernah mengganggu.
Tak berpanjangan kan.
Yeah, dia tak berpanjangan, dia tak macam, so pernah je macam I keluar dengan both my parents, tapi diorang macam okay je.
Okay. So, exactly. Itu yang I think kan, benda yang kita kena belajar lah. Pada I, when it comes to bila kita ada anak, that's why parents ni memang kena jadi team. Regardless how you feel about each other, kalau korang memang dah tak boleh stay, jangan stay for the sake of the kids.
Benda tu jadi toxic lah.
Jangan biar benda tu jadi toxic. Stay for the sake of the kids. Tapi
setiap hari
Pompong kita nampak, man,
that's tougher, right?
That's tougher. And I actually experience it with Seth. So I do not want it to, happen again.
Yeah.
I never want it for anyone.
Yeah.
Ever.
I have kind of a macam, I tak tahu if this is a difficult question for you ke tak, right? Tapi I think in your life kan, babe, as someone yang sangat famous, sangat public, you sangat jujur juga. Tahu, dengan everything that happened in your life, sama ada macam daripada zaman you kecil lagi, sebelum China lagi, lepas tu semua benda yang berlaku dengan either your family or your parents or yourself or your life, you jawab dengan jujur, dengan transparent, dan you tak pernah nak merahsiakan ke macam, and some of these things are really personal, and I just like, why? Sebab you tak perlu tahu. This is not macam ni cerita you tak perlu pun share dengan siapa-siapa. Sebab sekarang sama ada you fikirkan benda ni ke tak. Macam contoh ni, sebelum you datang studio Sembang, I dah Google. Jadi I baca everything yang I tak tanya pun about you. Why did you choose this? A, I mean, I respect it so much. Tapi also B, macam, do you ever like look back at it and macam regret it or anything, or no?
Actually, I'm being outspoken about things quite recent juga. I wouldn't say daripada dulu lah. I've been transparent ni, I think, since I got divorced. Reason is because before I was I hold up too much things. I sejenis yang suka pile up things sampai benda tu jadi toxic and tak elok lah untuk I. Pendam, ignore. I thought bila you ignore it, pendam, letak tempat lain, benda tu hilang. Tak. So bila dia dah pile up macam tu, dia makan diri I. Dia memang makan diri I until I sampai jadi tak okay lah. And it triggers so much trauma in me. So bila lepas after my divorce, I figured bila orang tanya kan, I don't hide things anymore. And I feel so much lighter. Sebab first, for example, about my divorce kan, the reason why I put it out there bila orang tanya, sebab I just rasa I memang nak bagi orang tahu yang you don't stay with your partner just because of your kid. It's not worth it. Sebab I'm the product of apabila I keluar, I nampak the positive kira macam outcomes daripada for my son. So I rasa macam bila I dah ada experience tu, I bukan nak cakap encourage orang to get divorced, no. Tapi kalau you memang unhappy, you are being abused mentally, physically, financially even, you have the choice, and you gotta make that right choice sebab benda tu akan affect you and anak you. Itulah. That's why. So bila orang tanya pasal benda lain, especially for about my family ke apa kan, I've been out and vocal sebab being a child, being working since you were a child is not easy. Before I was told to cakap benda ni macam ni. Kalau nak jawab media macam ni. But I didn't get to experience beforehand betul-betul macam mana kalau kita tak payah nak sorok. And now my relationship dengan media ke, dengan orang ke, macam benda tu jadi lagi senang sebab I dah rasa macam I have nothing to hide. And I'm not scared of questions anymore. Kalau dulu I macam akan nervous kalau orang nak interview I. I got so nervous. I'll get anxiety over diorang nak jawab apa. Kalau aku jawab macam ni, apa orang kata. I don't think about it anymore. So I'm an open book. Apa-apa yang orang nak rasa or fikir pasal I after me being such an open person, that's up to them. Because to me, I accepted myself the way I am. Tu je. And I rasa lighter, but yeah, it's all depending on you punya own perspective lah. And your interpretations of how you tengok my situations at that time.
That's really like brave.
Brave. Okay lah, brave. Tapi at the same time, I rasa it's a need for me. Sebab I was not well mentally for such a longest time. Even though when I was in China, I was not well. I did well in my career, but not me personally tau. So banyak benda yang kata orang behind closed doors cuma I yang tahu. So sebabkan oleh itulah yang buat I rasa macam I don't want to hide things anymore. I dah tak nak orang assume I macam ni. Sedangkan there are some perception orang yang sebenarnya salah. I'm not like that. So sekarang ni I lebih senang jadi open book so that suka hati orang nak fikir apa. Supaya diorang boleh nampak macam I memang macam ni. I'm like this because of this. Semua perkara yang berlaku dalam hidup ni, dia ada sebab dia, the reason dia behind it. So bila orang dah tahu, so I do not have to explain myself anymore. So benda tu jadi macam me and Ubai and my kids boleh jalani hidup tu dengan lebih tenang.
Has it made some relationships with people in your life difficult though?
Of course. Of course. Yeah, of course. But me and my mom and my siblings were doing great. Especially my mom, that ever since all of this happened, she actually found someone else. And I'm very happy for her. Because I said, I told her so many times, I said, do not kira macam tutup peluang yang mungkin akan datang kat you. Bila you tutup pintu tu, peluang tu tak boleh nak masuk pun, cakap kan. Tapi my mom couldn't understand it before. So bila I told my mom before that I wanted to get a divorce, she was like, selalu fikir macam, fikirlah dulu kakak, memang dah teruk sangat ke? But I didn't tell my mom actually what actually happened. But I said that I had enough. And I need to think about myself mentally and my kid. So my mom tak boleh faham benda tu up until she went through it herself. And then now she has found someone else. And then she now understand why I'm with Ubai. Macam how does it feels like to be loved that way. So tadi I cakap dengan my mom, don't lose hope. At the end of the day, dia akan datang juga. You just have to be hopeful. You jangan takut. Macam mana orang nak ketuk pintu you kalau you tak letak pintu kat situ. Macam itu I cakap dengan my mom. I'm not afraid of love. I have so much love to give. Sometimes orang cakap dengan I, kau ni because I had so much failed relationships before. And my friends selalu cakap macam, how come you're not afraid of being in love again? Tapi I guess me being in this industry for such a young age, maybe benda tu buat I macam orang-orang seni ni memang hati dia tu memang nak bercinta, macam tu. So that's why I was not scared. So I pun tak ada regret pun. Whatever happens in my life before made me who I am today. Kalau orang tanya I macam kalau ada satu benda I nak ubah in my past, I won't. Because kalau I ubah satu, I takkan dapat semua yang hari ni. So I live for today.
I think macam from my perspective kan, something yang you buat yang sangat I kagumi adalah I think especially as women kan, kita duduk dalam society di mana kita diajar daripada kecil yang kita kena memuaskan hati. Memuaskan hati semua orang kat sekeliling.
Betul.
Diam, senyum, jadi baik.
Be good.
Be good. Don't set boundaries. Whatever it is
Yeah.
Kan? And I think macam apa yang I nampak yang you berjaya buat adalah bukan kita amalkan konsep jadi selfish dan pentingkan diri. No, this is not the same thing, right? It's you pilih diri sendiri. You pilih untuk bagi yourself ketenangan to be open or whatever that means for you.
Yeah.
Yang so you can sleep at night.
Betul.
Daripada you menjaga hati orang lain and then you pendam jadi stress dan unhappy, which is you hidup sekali je babe.
I akan tekankan again and again, self-love is not selfish. Self-care is not something yang kata orang you bukan tanggungjawab you untuk you nak sacrifice diri you untuk kesenangan orang lain. Itu bukan tanggungjawab you. Bukan tanggungjawab you untuk nak say yes to everyone and to make everyone feels better. Sometimes even dalam kita orang, dalam friendship man, even me as a friend, kalau I dah cakap dengan my friend macam ni, tapi dia still tak nak dengar. So selalunya, at this age, me and my manager, we've been friends for so long. We've been together for like, 14 years? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so...
Wow.
So we keep our circle very close. Siapa-siapa yang macam, weh, dia ni memang tak boleh lah. So kita orang terus tak kawan dengan dia. Me and my manager especially, kita dah menerima, kita dah make peace with people come and go, and at the same time bukan semua orang ada the same wavelength yang kita, and it's okay not to say yes to everybody, and it's okay to keep our circle close.
Something yang I belajar macam so late in life, right? Is that yang orang yang kita allow untuk ada kat sekeliling kita is self-love juga.
Exactly.
Yeah. So kalau you allow somebody to treat you like crap, that's a form of self-hate.
And oh gosh, I can't fathom orang yang keep on bagi diri dia kena tindas. Macam contoh kan, you got bullied by someone, or someone actually make fun of you, ataupun someone actually do not so very nice things to you. It happened once. Itu betul. Diorang punya perangai memang diorang memang jahat. Okay? They're not good people. But if you allow it to happen again and again, itu you yang tengah sabotage your own self. And the fault don't fall under them anymore. It's on you because you're still there.
I think kadang-kadang orang macam akan terasa dengan that sentence kan. Dia akan terasa macam, tak lah, tapi bukan I yang jadi jahat. Macam, it happened to me, I nak buat macam mana. Tapi I agree with you actually. In my opinion, I also think that it's hard. Dia bukan senang dan dia takkan jadi overnight. Tapi I hope lah untuk semua yang dengar kat luar sana, kalau lah you terlibat dalam satu situation where someone's not nice to you, you can cari kekuatan, because that's the self-respect and self-love. Yang orang cakap, if you don't love yourself, you cannot love somebody else.
Betul.
Because firstly, you takkan pilih orang yang betul pun untuk sayang.
Betul.
You kan pilih orang yang salah.
Trust
Step
me,
one,
girl.
right? Like, daripada kakak-kakak yang ada dekat sini. No, I agree with you.
Yeah, because orang akan treat you the way you treat yourself. Kalau you won't treat yourself crappy, what do you expect other people? How do you expect other people to treat you with full respect?
So true.
So tak lah, I went through so much benda yang makes me macam I can't take any more BS anymore. I can't. We just can't. Yeah.
Can I ask you, like, what is like maybe one thing or several things that you did untuk menambahkan? Because a lot of the times this kind of thing datang daripada not to say insecurity, but lack of self-confidence or something like that, right? What is one thing that you did yang memperbetulkan the way that you look at yourself and the way you love yourself?
Satu benda yang I rasa penting kan, my husband and my kids do not deserve someone yang tak ada self-love. Bila I lupa untuk jaga diri I, and I actually, benda tu nampak tau dekat muka kita, mungkin mata kita, you know, kalau benda-benda yang negatif, you know, negative aura yang kita ada, benda tu will get picked up by people who we love. Macam anak-anak, macam my husband. So I macam, they brought me so much joy. So I macam selalu rasa macam, I tak boleh neglect myself. Tak boleh. So kenapa I boleh sampai ke tahap ni? Sebab I pernah nampak the result of negligence tu, apa yang akan jadi. So sebab tu lah I selalu nak tekankan, kadang-kadang I have my days, man. You were just, at the end of the day, kita human. I pun ada days yang rasa tak confident, rasa feeling like crap. I don't feel like going to work. I don't feel like meeting people. Tapi me and my manager, we are so smart. Kita orang memang akan susun jadual tu, macam contoh macam kita nak jumpa orang ni hari ni. So maybe 2 days before that, we will make sure that we are fully recharged.
Smart.
Then do it.
Yeah.
Macam tu. So you memang kena susun. You memang kena susun benda ni untuk, for the sake of you punya own mental health. Sebab bila you tak jaga sini, dia semua nampak. And as I always told my husband, I tak nak all this unnecessary stress, but I nak jadi cantik. I dah tak nak jadi tak cantik.
Right. Yeah.
I nak jadi cantik. Hari ni I nak cantik.
Yeah.
So macam, okay sayang.
Yeah. Tapi comel lah. You know there's a trend going around on TikTok sekarang, right? Of like people, they I can't really remember it, but it's lebih kurang kan. So orang akan cakap macam, when I said the relationship sucked the life out of me, this is what I meant. And then diorang letakkan gambar of themselves now kan, which is like happy, glowing, semua tu. And then diorang akan flashback dengan gambar bila diorang keluar daripada satu, doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be a relationship, ataupun satu situation yang diorang tak gembira. Weh, betapa jauhnya beza.
Memang.
Walaupun benda tu is in the past, so technically they are supposed to be younger, they're supposed to be happier. They look, you can see stress, right?
Betul. You can. Especially being a woman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially being a woman, and when you have high cortisol. Girls, when you have high cortisol, you know, those hormone yang jahat.
Stress hormone, yeah.
Stress hormone tu, habis lah. Your hair will fall out. Your skin just breaking out.
Your
like,
hormones takkan regulated. Semua akan
betul.
keluar.
Ke laut semua. So what I'm doing right now, especially because Ubai is so active, dia macam secara dia suka main bola semua. So kita orang memang akan workout. Like be it lah pergi lari ke, badminton ke, whatever yang boleh bagi you happy. And then, you know, balance meal. Jangan makan junk food sangat. Kalau boleh, kurangkan betul-betul. Especially me being in my 30s kan. Oh, janganlah stress.
Yeah.
Bahayanya stress.
It's really
especially for women.
Killer.
Yeah, especially for women. Please lah. You need somehow, sekarang I memang belajar, you memang kena ada tempat untuk you release your stress. Tempat untuk you kira kata orang, apa tu? It can be something, outlet a hobby lah. Outlet lah. Outlet tu penting sangat. So benda tu dulu kita kerja balik rumah rasa macam always ketat. Macam ada satu burden yang you tak tahu apa benda. But your body sebenarnya hold so much trauma yang you tak tahu. So you need to figure out mana tempat dia, and always every day tu you kena try and release it.
What's your outlet?
My outlet, I suka badminton. I'm so obsessed. Yeah, badminton, cycling. I love activities yang macam tu with Ubai. And sometimes, you know, because growing up, I didn't get to go out sangat kan. So, I'm actually reliving my childhood juga with Ubai. Sometimes, kadang-kadang kita orang just naik motor, pergi KL, jalan-jalan. Sometimes, on a, random days, rasa macam nak pergi Genting lah, jom. So, we just go out, maybe at 10 p.m, kita just macam buat macam like a little hot pot, and then turun. It's just the simplest thing, but it means so much. You just rasa macam recharge.
Healing your inner child.
Yeah. It's
That's really
nice.
cute.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you, Amy.
What's next for you in the lepas you dah, I mean you dah dalam industry, I don't know your entire life lah, kan? Tapi I rasa
Entire life.
Yeah, entire life. And I think macam the thing is, right, yang I nampak juga pasal your career is that it must be really frustrating lah. Macam you masuk dalam bilik, you're young, seorang tak sedar kadang-kadang you punya pengalaman kerja tu lagi luas, lagi banyak daripada orang yang lebih tua daripada you, sebab you start sangat muda.
Yeah. I macam veteran tapi
Veteran yang
in
macam
their 30s.
yeah, itulah. Susah kan? It must be really difficult.
It was really hard. I actually get to jadi judge in this one program called Raise the Star. It ended recently. And I get to mentor these two wonderful newcomers, 𝙃𝙃𝙄𝙎 Nizam and Zuri. And I'm keeping the relationship with both of them. They're both being 19 and 20 themselves.
So
I just
young.
feel like, I won't let you guys go because I have so much to give. I memang nak benda ni jadi kira macam kalau boleh I nak dorang pun successful juga. I can see the fire, the passion that they have to make this as a career. So I can see my old self in them. And for this 25th year, I'll be releasing an album actually. We just finished recording all the songs and we're releasing it soon.
Ada date ke belum lagi?
I'm looking at my manager and my label. We are actually looking at inshallah like in a month time.
That's really fast. You just finished recording terus nak keluar.
Sebab kita orang
zaman sekarang mungkin dia dah laju
kira kita orang dah a year
year. Oh, okay, tak.
Because we have 15 songs altogether inshallah. And now we just released Pernah Punya Aku, but we also will release another song soon.
Oh, nice.
And dalam album ni I would say dalam like 60-70% was like all written by me. I get to experiment with my music, the genres that we're gonna have in the album. I called it an ADHD album because there's so much. There's no a particular theme for the album because I haven't had a solo album for I think since 2016 kan, so almost 10 years. So I'm macam let's just let everything go. Yeah, macam
you know what would be
let's
really
just do
cool
it.
if you did. I don't know for this album I rasa tak sempat lah, tapi in the future if you found your like 5-year-old clip yang you nyanyi tu and you duet with her.
Oh my freaking goodness, that's just she's very cute. Yeah, I would.
Yeah. I think that would be so cool for like your 30th year anniversary ke. Manager dah start fikir ada kat sebelah.
My manager memang cepat.
Yeah, tapi I mean dia tak yang macam nyanyi the whole way tu, tapi like sample lah a bit of it ke.
Yeah.
Kan ada ada teknologi sekarang boleh lah. And then wouldn't that be like such a sick like 30 years in the industry?
I know.
No, please take the idea. I think you should do it. Yeah.
We love it.
Oh no, tak ya. Buat je.
Tapi I don't know what do we have for the next 5 years, but hopefully we're still here and
still happy. And
I actually wish the same for you, Amy.
Thank
because
you.
I actually I knew that you started really young, and it's I can relate so much with you.
Yeah, sama. I was reading your script. I was like, ooh, I know what I'm going to ask her. So berdasarkan kind of like my life experience.
Betul.
Similar, you know.
I know. And then I hope that you will find love the way I found mine.
Thank you.
It's always inshallah, it's a different story. And yeah, I wish that it will be a better one for you.
Honestly, I think for me kan, apa yang I belajar, which is like, maybe this is like good timing juga yang kita ada conversation ni kan, is that I realized relatively recently that the reason my love life was not so successful is, and I hate accountability, but it's my fault. Tak, sebab sebelum ni kan, I selalu fikir macam, why did this happen to me? Why did this person treat me not nice? Like why like why would you do this to me? Like I'm so nice, right? But then I realized that it's my fault lah. It's my fault sebab I benarkan orang tu buat macam tu.
Exactly.
Yeah,
just like what I said just now.
You're right. Weh, pahit tu nak realise benda ni.
It
sucks.
Very, very hard swallow to
yes, hard pill to swallow, because I'm sitting there and I look at my relationship and I'm macam a bit like you, right? Like several failed relationships. It's not one tau.
Not
Kalau dia one,
one.
it's your fault.
Not
Kalau dia two,
one.
it's your fault. Kalau more, you're just like, it's kind of my fault, right? Dari segi, and I'll explain why. Bukan sebab I buat hal, bukan sebab I curang, bukan sebab apa, bukan sebab I penipu, tak. Sebab I benarkan orang yang salah untuk ada masa I. You know, macam I dah nampak dah red flag ni, tapi I rasa macam okay, tak apalah.
You nak okeykan keadaan.
Yes, I okeykan everything. Sampai I fikir macam I tak ada hak ke? I tak ada hak ke untuk you reply on time, untuk you jadi baik, untuk you jangan buat benda bodoh. You know, macam benda basic kot.
Betul.
It's a self-love issue.
Betul. Sebab tu macam me and Ubai, kita memang macam mana yang, and this is one thing that I can share with you, as you know, from one girl to another. We have each other's password tau, tak ada masalah. And at the end of the day, kalau you cari benda tu, you akan jumpa. And one thing yang I belajar through this relationship, I no longer need an outlet yang macam, you know, when you have close friends, you have all this macam secret outlet that you would just post something secretly. I do not have to use them anymore sebab like I said, when I wanted to be lighter, I just cakap apa yang nak. Communication. You memang kena cakap. Whatever that you don't like, if you marah time tu ke apa benda ke, you really have to let
just
it out.
Bagi tahu.
Betul. Because kita kena anggap orang yang kita together with tu memang otak dia memang tak pandai macam kita. So macam kita memang kena macam cakap dengan dia, hey, takkan macam I tengah merajuk ni macam tu. So you just cakap je.
No, you're so right. Agreed.
I rasa macam so much better. So sometimes orang tak faham. And we are as we are learning about each other kan. So benda tu make things so much easier. And dah tak payah macam nak rasa susah, tiba-tiba nak, I want to post this just for the other person to know that this is how I'm feeling. So maturing takes me to, okay, dah tak payah buat benda tu.
Dah skip the platform, tell him directly kan.
Tell him directly, man. Just tell him directly. Kalau dia tak faham, that's on him, not on you.
This is okay. This is another thing I think that macam I did wrongly in the past. Di mana macam no, but it is right. Like, and I have to learn. Sebab kalau tak sekarang bila, right? When you think about it, it's like you nak orang tu happy. So you macam kalau you marah ke, kalau you whatever, you macam tak bagi tahu kot, sian dia, right? And then I realised bila I tengok balik, I fikir I was like macam some sort of amazing, terpaling baik dalam dunia, tak nak menyusahkan siapa-siapa. Tapi bila I tak jujur, itu yang I tak nampak tu. I tak nampak yang sebenarnya dalam I nak menjaga feeling seseorang, I tak jujur. Dan bila I tak jujur, I tak bagi orang tu peluang pun untuk sayang I. Sebab dia tak tahu I sebenarnya feelings I macam mana.
Betul.
Dia ingat I okay je.
Benda tu bahaya. Benda tu bahaya. Until one time kalau you meletup, orang tu macam, kenapa dia tiba-tiba meletup ni?
Wait, tiba-tiba dia jadi macam
I thought
monster ni macam mana
I thought things were good.
Exactly. And then macam kesian dekat orang tu, because it's not their fault. It's yours.
So you just talk it out, inshallah. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Have faith. Okay. Have faith in me.
You're right.
After all that had happened in my life, which my husband selalu cakap, you patut just buat a biography or something that people would. Your life story is like reading a book.
Would you ever release one?
I don't know, man. It would make a lot of people unhappy.
No, sometimes I think about my life and I'm like, it would make a lot of people. Do you think we should, okay, one day lah, mungkin bila kita dah 70-an, maybe a few of the people yang ada mungkin dah move, you know, they're not here anymore with us dalam bumi ni. Mungkin time tu lah kita keluarkan buku. Kita write lah sekarang, kita simpan lah dalam draft. Ke better kita macam tanam je lah cerita tu, macam tak yalah.
Maybe kan, this is what pernah, actually we spoke about this before, me and my manager, and even with Ubai. We like, kalau benda yang boleh bagi tahu orang pun mungkin 40% kot. Another 60% is too dark.
Tak faham.
Yeah. Tapi dalam 40% ni pun
ada je benda yang orang boleh belajar sebenarnya.
Yeah. Tapi that's why I just put it all out there. I mean, dalam 40% ni, sebab I feel like it has enough purpose and kira macam something yang orang boleh teladani untuk dorang tak buat themselves kepada anak, ataupun even berada dalam industri ni juga. Sebab at the end of the day, you just kena fikir you punya passion tu sampai mana, you punya purpose tu sampai mana. You memang benda tu, itu yang you kena tahu diri you sendiri.
Thank you for sharing, Shila.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I mean, like, bila kita buat podcast girl to girl kan, lain sikit dia
perasaan dia. Actually kan. Oh my god, yeah, I found a soul sister. We're not done though. We have a rapid fire.
Yeah, of course.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Perkataan yang Shila paling banyak guna in your day-to-day life.
Perkataan yang paling banyak guna?
Yeah.
Apa? I don't really... Wait. Let me think. This is rapid fire. It's not rapid at all.
Yeah, tak apa. It's okay.
My brain is not braining.
Kita tak pernah rapid pun.
I said no.
That's good. It's boundary setting.
That is actually a really good one. Yeah. I did say a lot of no's. So my son.
Baru nak cakap this is a mom thing, I think.
I did. Because budak tu kalau kita tak cakap no, satu hari sampai 20 junk food dia nak makan.
Oh my god. Okay, faham. No tu penting lah.
Yes, it's an important no. And after the no, you just divert it to another topic. Yes, distract them.
Look over there.
Parenting 101.
Okay, next one. Okay, a song title that describes your current life.
A song title that describes my current life. Man, I listen to so many heartbroken songs that don't represent my life at all. Wait, let me think. This is a hard one, actually. Okay, I would say Golden. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah. I saw you sing this, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a crazy song.
Okay, first,
I love this song, by the way.
It represents my life so much. First, because I literally watched this for like thousands of times because Seth loves it.
Yeah.
I just watched it again today before I came here. But also the words just really positive, and it's such a, I would say, you know, even though they were saying about patterns and, you know, about, you know, hiding yourself and, you know, suddenly get to, you know, unleash, you know, anything that was like keeping yourself insane, and now you're becoming something. So I really like Golden, actually.
It's a really good song. Tapi why is it so difficult to sing, babe? I macam dalam feeling kan, dalam shower macam up, and I'm like, this is, you know, okay, kita jangan borak pasal the high notes tau. The low notes dalam lagu ni dah cukup high. I cannot hit the low notes, babe. Macam memang tak ada harapan lah. Kalau I transpose it like an entire octave, 2 octaves lah, selamat sikit. Mungkin boleh.
Okay, but it will become.
I saw you sing it though. You were really good.
It will be too low.
Yeah, tapi
I was a ghost. I was alone.
Okay, sikit daripada yang tinggi tu.
Yeah. Actually the secret is you need to use your mixed voice to sing the high notes, which you need to find.
I don't know what that means.
You need to find it, girl.
I cari jap.
Most of the time, most of the time, the non-singers, when they sing, they don't control it until they thought that they need to sing it, you know, on the top of their lungs. Macam use so much of your chest. Yeah. Actually, there's a way to do it.
Tak apalah. I think kita biar ada proses untuk buat yang ni kan. I rasa yang lain macam kita ni, kita jangan masuk campur. Kita just stay in your lane.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. We have one last question actually for you, which is, what is your favourite nasihat ataupun quote yang you pernah dengar and datang dari siapa?
I saw it on the internet. I stumbled upon it. I think it was like on Instagram or something, and I was like really, really down. But I hold on to this quote until today. In love and in love and in life, there are no impossibilities. So yeah, in dreams and in love, there are no impossibilities. That's what I've been holding on to.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
That's very sweet, actually.
And I used to actually have them on my wall. You know those days where you
the
have
poster.
the poster,
Yes.
you know, where you use the Snapchat filter. Yeah, those were days. Yeah.
Oh, those
The
were
Gen
the
Z don't know
days.
those
We should bring
things.
them back. You guys don't know what you're missing. Kalau you
Yeah.
tak ada for those days, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, girl. You're missing out.
I'm sure you'll find it on TikTok though. Sebelum kita habiskan episod kita hari ni, is there anything yang you nak cakap kepada your fans dekat luar sana?
Well, I would like to say thank you so much for supporting me all these years. I know it has been such a long time. And saya akan berusaha untuk merealisasikan impian saya untuk buat my first Malay concert for you guys for the 25th year. Dan hopefully I will get to do that. Apart from my Chinese concert, but Malay concert ni macam my biggest dream now.
You gotta open the concert. I swear you have to do this. Okay, open the concert with you singing time you umur 5 tahun.
Oh,
You have to.
Come on!
I mean, it's 25 years. It's like a full circle. Like, duh. Oh my God, yes. And when I watch you, I'm gonna be like, that was my idea.
By Amelia.
tak. I'm kidding. Tapi it would be very cool for like a full circle kan.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amy, for having me.
No, thank you for
Sudah
coming.
Sembang. Selalu tengok orang lain punya episode, but today it's mine.
I'm so happy I got to do this with
Thank
you.
you,
Actually.
thank you so
and
much.
congratulations on semua you dah capai. Actually,
Thank you.
not easy, but you made it, and here's to bigger, better things for you juga.
Amin. Hopefully yang tengok ni semua ambil yang baik, ambil yang tak baik jangan ambil, okay?
Yelah, macam biasa kita kena amalkan apa yang sesuai dengan hidup kita. So yang tu kita kena pilih lah sendiri apa yang sesuai. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Bye.